Something seismic just hit the global economy, and its shockwaves are already being felt in London. Markets are crashing, leaders are scrambling, and Prime Minister Keir Starmer is making urgent calls behind closed doors, hoping to contain the fallout. Because what happened just after midnight in the United States may have triggered the most dramatic shift in international trade policy in modern history. And the world, it's holding its breath. Let's break it down. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Just a quick one to say we have new Liber t-shirts available on our website. You can check the link in the description or go to BritishStand.com. Global markets are in chaos, and governments around the world are scrambling to respond after Donald Trump officially launched the most aggressive trade move of the modern era. At exactly 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, Trump's sweeping new 10% baseline tariff came into effect at US ports, airports, and customs warehouses. The move marks a full and unmistakable departure from the post-World War II trade consensus, a system built on negotiation and stability. That era is now quite clearly over. Kellyanne Shaw, a former White House trade advisor under Trump, didn't mince words. Speaking at a Brookings Institution event just hours after the tariff plan took hold, she called it the single biggest trade action of our lifetime. And she's right, this isn't a targeted measure. This is a blanket overhaul of how the United States trades with nearly every country on Earth. Markets reacted instantly and brutally. By Friday's close, $5 trillion in value had been wiped from the S&P 500 in just 2 days. Oil prices plunged, commodities took a dive, and investors, sensing the shockwave, fled to the safety of government bonds. And now, the economic and political aftershocks are being felt in Britain, where Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer is desperately trying to contain the fallout. The UK is among several major economies, alongside Australia, Argentina, Egypt, Colombia, and Saudi Arabia, hit by Trump's 10% baseline tariff. The European Union will soon face a 20% rate, while China is looking at a staggering 34% hike, bringing total US tariffs on Chinese imports to an eye-watering 54%. These are numbers not seen in a generation, and possibly never on this scale. And it's not over yet. Trump's second wave of tariffs, ranging from 11% to 50%, will take effect this coming Wednesday. Though Canada and Mexico are technically exempt, they remain under an entirely separate 25% duty tied to fentanyl-related import rules. Even as these harsh new rates begin to take hold, the Trump administration has already begun investigating other sectors for more national security tariffs, meaning this could just be the beginning. In the meantime, certain goods like steel, aluminum, cars, trucks, auto parts, semiconductors, crude oil and pharmaceuticals are being excluded from the tariff lists. Over 1,000 product categories, accounting for around $645 billion in imports, have also been shielded. But that still leaves many of the UK's core export sectors exposed. Now, with markets in freefall and exporters in panic, Prime Minister Keir Starmer is reportedly spending the weekend reaching out to world leaders in an effort to find some kind of coordinated response. Downing Street has confirmed that Starmer spoke with Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and Italian Premier Giorgia Meloni on Friday. All three leaders reportedly agreed that a full-scale trade war would be, in their words, extremely damaging. The Prime Minister's office struck a cautious tone, saying, "The UK's response will be guided by national interest, and stressing the importance of keeping cool heads and avoiding rash retaliation. Officials say they are calmly continuing with our preparatory work. But for many, especially British manufacturers and exporters, that may not feel like enough." Starmer is expected to continue talks over the weekend, pushing for a broader diplomatic effort to address the growing economic storm. According to Number 10, he emphasized the need for like-minded countries to maintain strong ties and open dialogue, especially now when global economic stability hangs in the balance. But here's the harsh truth: the global trade game has changed. Trump's tariffs are not symbolic. They're systemic. They represent a shift toward economic nationalism on a scale the world hasn't seen in decades. And Britain, already navigating a post-Brexit economy, now faces another hard reality. If the US closes ranks and global markets spiral, there may be very little space left to maneuver. For now, leaders are talking. But the real question is, will anyone be able to stop what's already begun? In other news, hotels across London are threatening to evict hundreds of migrants after failing to receive contracted payments from an accommodation firm dumped by the Home Office. Stay Belvedere Hotels, SBHL, was stripped of its Home Office contract over alleged poor performance just days ago. And now hotel owners claim they cannot pay their insurance premiums due to the missing payments, leaving them in breach of their contracts. We are saying that if there is no payment, there is no option. We will have to evict the asylum seekers, one hotel owner told The Telegraph, speaking anonymously. SBHL was reportedly operating more than 50 migrant hotels before losing its contract with the Home Office in late March. The company was subcontracted by Clear Springs Ready Homes, one of 3 providers with 10-year Home Office contracts, and one which tripled its profits to £91 million last year. There are currently around 38,000 asylum seekers housed in hotels across the UK, costing taxpayers approximately £5.5 million per day. While most of the affected properties are in London, the firm also runs hotels across the south coast, including in Bournemouth, Eastbourne and Folkestone. Government sources told The Telegraph that all the invoices due for payment by the Home Office had been paid out, and it now was up to SBHL and Clear Springs to fulfill their end of the deal. We are progressing with the transition away from SBHL and Clear Springs. They are cooperating, but if they breach their terms at any time and stop cooperating, we will act accordingly, a source said. Hotel sources explained that they normally invoice SBHL on the 20th of each month, with funds transferred by the 28th or 29th. However, since SBHL lost its contract, payments have stopped completely. The hotels have also received 90-day termination notices from SBHL. The contract for managing the old firm's hotels is now being transferred to Mears, Serco and CTM. However, some hotel owners have warned that non-disclosure agreements with SBHL prevent them from renegotiating asylum accommodation contracts for as many as 5 years after termination. The hotel chaos comes amid record numbers of migrants crossing over to Britain's shores. Just one day after SBHL was dropped by the Home Office, GB News revealed that the total number of Channel migrant arrivals since Labour came to power crossed 30,300. The Home Office has yet to comment. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.